Baby Dynamite.
Hi everyone, so this is Riga Baby Dynamite Aquino, and today I'm going to talk about Mamba mentality. And this is the second part of my video about Mamba mentality and how I use it in my sport and in everything that I do in my life. So basically, Mamba mentality is an approach to anything that we do in our lives, our jobs, our hobbies, our endeavors, our goals. And of course, ito nga ay galing kay Kobe Bryant. So for me, in the first part of my video, I talked about some parts of the book that helped me in my life. So today, itutuloy lang natin yun. Basically, Mamba mentality is an approach, sabi ko nga kanina, and it is about obsession. Healthy obsession, of course. But of course, for some people, yun nga, it's hard to draw the line. But it is really just about prioritizing your professional goals over having a normal, balanced life. There is so much talk about having this balanced, well-balanced life. Well, that's well and good for some people. But for some people, yun nga, they use Mamba mentality to approach their careers, their sport, and it's okay too. I mean, you do you. Wala namang nagsasabi sa'yo na huwag mo itong gawin. But ito lang, this is the way that Mamba mentality has affected my life. Unang-una, let's take a look at Kobe Bryant's life. Maraming kwento about him just right after playoffs. He still works afterwards. So, nagpa-practice pa rin siya. He goes to a high school gym and he works on his shots. Also, when he is against other NBA players like Michael Jordan or Allen Iverson, alam natin na he really does his research. He reads every article, he studies his opponent, para alam niya, he knows what weakness to exploit. So, paano natin yan ma-apply sa ating buhay? It's really about being obsessed with every detail of your craft or your job. In my case, boxing, music, teaching, and everything else. So, unang-una, working after work. After training, so, syempre, nagtitrain ako morning, minsan thrice a day pa, morning, afternoon, evening. In the middle of those training sessions, nagtitrain pa rin ako ng utak ko, ng katawan ko. Minsan nga yung mga kaibigan ko, parang nagiging biktima na nasusuntok ko, nasisipa ko. Kasi nasa utak ko yun eh. It's constantly running in my mind. How to execute the perfect punch, how to make my punches more effective and more efficient. And then, kahit nga minsan pagtulog ako, sino dyan yung mga atleta na tulog na napapasuntok pa o napapasipa pa? Alam ko marami sa inyo dyan. Marami na ako nakakwentuhan na yung tulog ka na, nagagalaw mo pa yung katawan mo involuntarily. So, yun yung isa sa mga bagay na ina-apply ko sa buhay ko. And another is, your opponent isn't exactly your enemy. I mean, there's no animosity for me between my opponents. But I try to study them. Kahit na, wala silang video sa YouTube or anything. I try to study how they work, how they move, how they talk, what motivates them, who are their idols. Because this gives you a particular edge. Sabi ng mga ibang tao, naniniwala sila na wala ka dapat pakialam sa kalaban mo. You just work only on yourself. Hindi ako naniniwala doon. Kasi yun nga, it gives you a competitive edge knowing your opponent. Meron dyang weakness na pwede mong ma-exploit eh. Syempre, situational yan. Hindi mo naman alam yung mangyayari sa ring eh. But I assure you, at some point in the ring, psychology will take place. Malalaman mo kung paano mo mapapahina or matatanggalan ng willpower yung kalaban mo eventually if you know him or her very well. Ayan. Next, having that certain competitiveness and everything. Meron akong pagkaganyan. Marami nagsasabi na Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan are very, very competitive in everything. Ako siguro yung isa sa mga taong ganun. And siguro, marami nagsasabi parang ang pangit naman nun, nakikipag-competition ka parate. Well, I don't really try to, hindi ko inaaway yung tao that I'm competing with. I'm setting a bar that I try to sort of like overcome or tinatry ko pang lagpasan. Halimbawa, for example, may isang tao na who's always training. You always want to out-train that person. So, nakita mo siya, ang sipag niya. So, punta ako na mas maaga para mas makapag-train pa ako. You're not really trying to do something bad to that person. Pero, you're just trying to motivate yourself, no? By trying to compete, at least inside your head, against these people. Or halimbawa, nagsisprints. Bilis niya mag-sprint bibilisan ko pa. Or mabilis tumakbo. Mabilis niya tumakbo. Parang parati na ako napunahan. Unahan ko nga siya. Ganun. And it always works to your advantage naman. It's not competition for competition's sake. It's not competition just so you can prove to yourself and to other people that you won. It's really about breaking or pushing yourself against your limits, di ba? Kasi kung wala kang nakikitang ganun standard na you try to beat, hindi mo mapupush yung sarili mo. So, yun lang naman. Hindi mo naman kailangan awayin yung taong yun para lang, to just so you can compete with that person. Next is focus. So, we all know that Kobe Bryant is laser focused on everything that he does. And ganun din yung tinatry kong gawin each time I train. I try to stay away from the phone. I don't communicate with other people when I'm training, except when I'm doing live, of course. But then again, when I was training for my fights, my first professional fight, wala yan. Talagang hindi ka nag-Facebook, hindi ka nag-Instagram, hindi ka nakikipag-chat. Patay yung phone. Talagang hindi mo siya tinitignan, even in between breaks. And also, you don't listen to the voices in your head na nagsasabi na pagod ka na, or mahina ka, ganun. You just try to drown all those voices in your head and just focus on the work. Nakatulong siya sa akin in the sense na pag nagtitraining ako, hindi ko nararamdaman yung pagod. Kahit na physically siguro masasabi mo na pagod ka na or you're sore, I don't use those words to label anything that I feel. Halimbawa, natural naman yun kapag about 3 hours ka na nagtitraining, nakakaramdam ka ng pagod. But I don't label that as pagod. I don't label. I just don't put any word to associate those feelings with. Yun nga, soreness, pagkagising, I don't use that word. I just train again. I just run again. So, tuloy-tuloy lang. Because the moment you put a label into anything that you're feeling, psychologically, magkakaroon ka ng excuse diba? Not to train or to take a day off. And that doesn't really help you in anything in your sport. Next, ano pa ba? For me also, Mamba mentality is just attacking what's in front of you. Ang dami sa atin kasi, ang dami na agad negative talk, especially during a fight. Ang daming pumapasok sa utak mo yung takot. Takot against your opponent, takot against gassing out, takot against overtraining or undertraining. For me, it's just about just tackling the task in front of you. For example, training. My mind is on the training that I would have to do on that particular day. Yun lang. Para hindi ka ma-overwhelm. During a fight, I try to come inside the ring, not thinking about my opponents. I don't know, hindi ko tinatakot yung sarili ko. Kasi once may fear ka, pagpasok mo sa ring, it will affect everything that you do. I assure you. So, pagpasok sa ring, I always think, parehas lang kaming may dalawang kamay, may dalawang paa, parehas kami nag-ensayo. I don't think about, mas malaki siya sa akin, mas matakot siya sa akin, mas mabigat siya sa akin. So, if you watch some of my fights, if there is something there na makikita nyo, I think it's my courage. You know what they say, that courage or bravery, or being brave, and pretending to be brave is just basically the same thing. You can go inside the ring and have every kind of fear inside you. But then if you pretend to be brave, you are brave. So courage is just masking all of those fears and just manifesting a certain dominant energy. Yun lang masasabi ko. It's all about focusing. Focus inside the ring, focus in your training, focus in your job. You don't need to be a world champion to have that Mamba mentality. You can just imagine, lahat naman ng world champion, may ganyan na silang mentality even when they were just competing in amateurs, even if they were just 4-rounders. Kasi paano ka naman aangat sa championship level kung nandun ka pa lang sa simula, hindi na maganda yung work ethic mo. So kahit ano pa yung ginagawa mo, kahit a teacher ka, even if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a golf player, basketball player, writer, painter, if you do or if you adapt that kind of like Mamba mentality in your craft, you can be successful. For example, in my case, marami sa inyo na nanonood na ng vlog ko, alam na medyo mabilis yung ano ko sa sports. Kasi nga, I had to catch up. Nag-start ako very, very late na in my life. No? I had a career already as a musician. And then, give up ko lahat yun para maging athlete ako. And I only have a few years to be active. So, kailangan talaga, bilisan ko yung pag-develop, humabol ako sa lahat ng mga ka-level ko. Kasi I don't have that luxury of time I need to mature really quickly. So, yun yung kailangan kong gawin. I go to the gym super, super early and then I leave late. I try to do more than what is assigned to me. Halimbawa, before, so my time, sige, 100 kicks per leg, gawin ko 150 or gawin ko 200. Or halimbawa, pag sinabi na takbo ka ng 30 minutes, tatakbo ko ng 35 minutes. But, mas maya kasi sundin nyo yung sinasabi ng mga coaches. I'm just saying that when I was starting out, I was doing more than what was expected of me. Because yun nga, wala akong luxury of taking my time. I only had a few years to be a female athlete. Lalo sa babae, mas mabilis mag-mature yung body namin. So, yeah, those were the things that I had to do. I wake up every single morning thinking that I have to be better today at everything I do. Kahit pa paghuhugas niya ng pinggan, pagtitiklop ng damit. Because when you put that kind of attention to detail, to everything that you do, madadala mo yan sa trabaho mo or sa sport mo. So, for me, that's the easiest way to do it. Start with the basic, littlest thing that you do. Even just folding your sheets, or fixing your bed, or preparing your breakfast. Adapt that kind of Mamba mentality. I'm gonna be better at this. I'm gonna be good at this. And you attack everything in front of you with such passion and purpose. Na there's no space for fear or doubt, and there's no quit in you. Yun siguro yung something that I'm proud of. That quitting was never an option. Kahit na sobrang hirap na, kahit it was nearly impossible for me at that time to get fights because females don't get a lot of fights here in the Philippines, especially for rounders. So at that time, it was never really an option. Or kahit sobrang hirap na, or kahit bugbog ka na sa sparring, or kahit feeling mo, bakit yung iba magaling ba't ako hindi? You don't give room for that. You don't entertain those thoughts. Because the more you do, the more you won't develop or improve. Diba? I mean, I know, we're just human. Naiisip natin yan na bakit ganito, bakit ganyan. Sige, siguro indulge in that for a few minutes. But then again, don't let it rule your life. Kung hindi, you're really gonna quit. And then you're gonna do something else. And then the cycle repeats itself. And then you're gonna quit again. And then you're gonna try something again. And then nandun na naman yung negative self-talk. And then you're gonna quit again. So, yeah. Make no room for quit in your life. So, yun. So, that's how I use the Mamba mentality in my life. And yun din yung reason bakit sobrang halaga ni Kobe Bryant sa buhay ko as an athlete. I listened to his podcasts. I read his book just before my professional fight. Pag natutulog ako, piniplay ko lang yung podcasts niya para naririnig ko siya, even subconsciously, pumapasok yung words niya sa mind ko. I watch his games, I watch his documentary, everything. Lahat ng pwede kong i-absorb about him, about how he plays his game, about his Mamba mentality. I try to get. So, yun lang naman. Dami ko nang sinabi. But thank you for listening to my vlog. And yun nga, I encourage you to read Mamba mentality and read about any athlete that you idolize and try to get things from them na magagamit ninyo sa sarili ninyong sport. So, thank you and see you again in my next vlog. This is Baby Dynamite and bye!